Hello and welcome. Bring in the other crew. Hi, welcome to the New Year, New You 2022 challenge. I'm so glad you're here. And I guess we're on week 5 or week 6. I was going to count and I forgot to count. So I think we're probably on week 5. Or 4. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter anymore. Anyways, welcome to the New Year, New You 2022. Today we're going to talk about going into the planning stage and looking at the year past and taking a look at your year forward. And that takes some work. So when you get to the booklet, the workbook that I have for you, take some time, make a nice cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a lemon water or something, and take some time and do some nice deep breathing that we've been doing when we're here, and ground and center and align before you go into your workbook. So that's what we've been looking at when we step into the challenge, and it is a challenge. And if you're not feeling discomfort, you're not feeling a little bit of that irritation or that frustration, then I would challenge you to step into it further, because it is about being uncomfortable. As an energy practitioner, when people come to see me, they are in that state of discomfort. And they said, I just don't even want to be this person anymore. I don't want to be this sick person. I don't want to be this anxiety person. I'm tired of being triggered. Or I want to leave my spouse and, cut the cords to my spouse. It's like, no, we're not going to cut any cords to your spouse. We're going to work with the energy, and the energy first within your body, and get it back in balance, because our energy can be fractured, and it's those fractures in our energy field that actually disease comes into, or sickness comes into. We don't, it doesn't get into this vessel without entering your field first. Now, it's an interesting concept, right? And when you step into this new you, when you step into this you that is truly you, that you've decided to be, then you start to get that clarity. You start to get that sensitivity to what fits for you and what doesn't. It could be as simple as a conversation. It could be as simple as a TV show that doesn't resonate with you anymore. It could be your style of music doesn't resonate with you anymore. Or, you might not wish to indulge in different things because it's like, oh gosh, that is so sweet. Has it always been that sweet? Like, I can't handle that sweetness. So just different things. So I invite you to pay attention of what starts to come up for you. We started day 1 with awareness, and this is accumulative. So everything that we're doing each week accumulates to your end results. And, I believe you get what you give. And, or when you give, you receive more in return. There's so many different sayings out there, but they're sayings because they are proven. They are proven to be valuable sayings, right? So it's where your energy flows, where your mind goes, your energy flows. Or where your attention goes, energy flows. Whatever it is, whatever your thought is where your energy goes. And our thoughts are derived pretty much from the past. Unless you're in the process of changing your thoughts on the ready, then our thoughts are all past experiences. And we might not even remember some of those past experiences. For myself, for some of the trauma that I've experienced as a young child, it wasn't until I was actually in my energy practitioner program that at Langara College, that things really came to light. So when we do the work, we create a safety environment for you and your body. for this one thing, one vessel, this oneness. When we create that safety, when we're grounding, we're creating that safety. When we center into our heart, we're creating that safety. When we align to our other intelligent sources, we're creating that alignment of safety. And then when we feel safe, we can settle into the unknown. We can settle into that blue sky thinking. We can settle into that mindfulness, which would potentially lead to meditation, which would potentially lead to asking and receiving, asking a question and receiving an answer, which all leads into the power of you to manifest what it is that you want. You see, we're always manifesting. We're always manifesting. When somebody says something like, "Oh my gosh, this weather is just killing me," like, change that, cancel that, or my new one is delete, because we have a delete button on almost every device. So we see delete, the word delete, more often than we see cancel. So it's like, delete that thought, just delete it. Or go into a place of uncreating something. I'm not going to allow that to come into into my life. I'm going to uncreate that. It's got to go. And ditch the story. Ditch the story. Actually, one of the great exercises that I have done for myself personally in the past is just writing it out in a document, a Word document, or pages, or even in an email without a title. Do not put in an email address. and then just hit the delete button. Whatever story that you're making up, just put down a few words so it gets out of your system and delete it. I have the gift of having a wood stove in my home. I just absolutely love my wood stove. I have fires on the ready, keep it stoked so I can just go up there and flick the lighter, and I've got the fire ready to go. And I will take a piece of paper. I don't know if you've seen it on one of my reels, and I put "let it all go." And on the other side, I just write and write and write and write. And with this eclipse shadow energy, I was writing, and then I just put it in, and I say, I let it all go now. And I watch it turn to ash. And if it comes back up again, and I believe that it does, I believe that every level of frequency that we get higher and higher, the message comes back and says, "Are you sure you want to let go of this?" And I can go in and say, "We're not going to go through this again, are we?" "Yes, I am sure." Delete. So there you go. So that's kind of what we're working through in these last few weeks, and creating that awareness and finding out who you are in your every waking minute. And is that who you want to be? And if it's not, you're the boss. That's the beauty. You're the boss. You get to choose. And you get to say no. You get to say no. You have permission. If you need permission, I'm giving you permission right now to say no. And that's where it starts. There's another thing that's coming up for me right now, and it's like, I don't usually like to use foul language, but I'm trying to think of how I can do it without saying it. So some people might see you as a bigger bitch, because you're now going to put in some boundaries, or you've done the work of last week and you've worked with some of your values or your mission statement. And often when we bring in our values and we bring in our mission statement, we bring in boundaries. So that's another area that I want to give you permission to create some boundaries. Because in order to create a new superhighway for you, the new you, 2022, to get there, sometimes you got to barricade off the other roads. Sometimes you got to take some of the chaos of the traffic out so you can get where you want to go quicker. You can get where you want to go without people coming up and saying, "What's happened to you?" When I started my me mission, when I went through one of major transformations in my life, and this doesn't have to be a major transformation for you, it can just be one thing. I had people say to me, "You've really changed." And I said, "Thank you. Thank you. That was my intention." Now, they might not have been saying it the nicest way, and our friendships may have parted ways, but no doubt. And the curious thing is it took a little while for them to catch up. They all ended up going through some similar sort of evolution of themselves because they didn't like where their life was going. And they've all beautifully changed. And I have a smile on my face saying that, and I send them love, knowing that, they went through the change. So I invite you to celebrate the change. And not everybody's going to celebrate it with you. And they don't have to, because they're just not ready. They're just not ready. Mhm. So I invite you to take a look at the workbook. And it's about getting ready. And you can see I've already started. So it's called The Year Ahead. And you can see as I've got some scribbles on here. Um, how can I have less restrictions? Less restrictions, more autonomy, more passion, freedom, more, and looked at some financially, my external resources and getting buy-in from my family. Even though they're older and they're adults and they have their own lives, I still like to get buy-in from my family. And then taking a look at I like to print it out. It's available in so many different formats. When you get on the website, you'll see it. It's on the link tree right now on my Instagram. You'll see New Year, New You Challenge Compass Planner. That's what this is. So, when I printed this off a few weeks ago, they didn't have the new edition up, but they do now. So it has the proper years on it, and it's free. And it's just the best thing. And I tell people about it all the time because I'm not going to go and invent something when something is really great on the market already. So it's like, I printed it. I didn't mean to print it off in the 8.5 by 11 size. Last year I printed it off in a smaller version, but apparently I needed this big version. So if you do print it off, it is quite a few pages, and take the time and don't try to do it all in one sitting. I don't think. You do, it works for you. But I found even when I studied, I would start like a project for college. And then I would leave it on the dining room table. And then I would come back to it. And I found that it really developed itself. Once you start to set an intention of doing something, you're going to find, now that you're getting into this work, that it really starts to work in the background. It really starts to work in the background. And I've really become an avid user of the Notes app on my phone. And I have I have a heading for 2022 already. And I try to do my best when something pops into my head just to go right on my notes and write it on down. So what it suggests about 3 hours of uninterrupted time, and a calendar of the past year, a printed version of this workbook, honesty and openness, and a selection of your favorite pens. And I like to do things with different colors, and I like to use my highlighters for stuff. Um, and then if you want, it's free. If you want to do this with a group of people, that's always fun too, because what I know is when you do something with someone else, you've got a better chance of completing it. And you can share your thoughts and your dreams, or you could start just by yourself. I send it off to my adult children, and I say it's that time of year again. And you take a look and you go through, it talks about, and it's really cool, the past 2 years, they have added stuff because of the environment that we have been living in, and to take a look at how that has affected you, because we have been living in vicarious trauma. Never before have you needed an energy practitioner more. It's like the foundation of everything that we do is our energy. And I believe that every single person, all 8 billion of us should see me. I absolutely do. And I hope that you do too. But so this is part of what we'll be looking at this week. Now, this is a pretty big task for this week, so you might want to give yourself a couple of nights, or wake up an hour earlier in the morning and just sit and look at what the past year has been like, and redefining control. Like, it's really interesting, the different things that they have in here. And when you are stepping into the new year, new you are redefining the control. You're redefining the control in your thoughts. In the two main places that I focus on is the mind and the energy. And when we focus on the mind and the energy, we focus on limiting beliefs. The work that I do in PSYCH-K is just incredible. Works with the muscle testing and the kinesiology of what makes your body go weak, or what causes a stress on your body. When I was experiencing ovarian cancer, I really delved into the consciousness of the mass that was on my right ovary, and stepped into that consciousness, and stepped in really deeply to my own consciousness. And one of the first questions I needed to ask myself is, I said, I want to live. And holy crap, you guessed it. My body was weak and tired. And you know what? It wasn't up for living. So I'm not going to go into a massive surgery with my body being stressed out, saying, I don't want to live anymore. I want to live. I want my body to be strong to that statement. I want to live. So that's just the little tip of the iceberg that I share with you with regards to that work that I do. And you think, I'm like, are you kidding me? I've got 2 of the best children in the world. Like, of course I want to live. I'm a single mom. Of course I want to live. I got things to do in this world. Of course I want to live. I thought it was absolutely crazy. And I had to make a vow. I made a statement for myself, my mission statement. I am here to co-create heaven on earth for all living things, for exponential healing. And I finally, I had a strong statement. And at the end of all this, when we do the workbook and we get to the new year, new you, we're going to pick something. We're going to pick a word or a short phrase. I've already picked mine. So I've got it at the top here, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same, and then we can share all together. I think that's so wonderful. Also, I'd love to invite you to share your email with me. You don't need the email. You don't need to give me your email for the Compass workbook. I didn't want that to be a game changer. I want you to get full value out of this. But I do send out an email every week, and it has the highlights of what I'm working on. And it also gives you direct link to the video podcast, to the podcast, and the video of the podcast. So that makes it a lot of fun, and it's a part of a blog. It can redirect you back to the blog, and you got it this time when it goes out. Well, I'll probably send out this link in the blog more closer to the end of December. But who knows, maybe I'll get it out today. Okay, so let's take 2 minutes and bring in some silence. Sorry, this went on a little bit longer. And take a nice exhale. Allow your shoulders to drop 3 inches. Feel your feet on the floor. Connect with the earth. Feel your buttocks in the seat. Are you giving all of you to that seat? Are you letting the seat do its work? Are you doing the work for the seat? Release yourself fully and completely into the seat. Another big exhale. Inhale and exhale. With sound. Give your body a little bit of movement. And connect. Connect with your higher self. Connect with your future self. Allow yourself to see yourself. See that person. Engage your sensories, your sensory organs. And if you don't know what those are, just look in the mirror. It's your eyes. See yourself. Your ears. Hear yourself. Your nose. Smell yourself. Your taste. Taste yourself. What flavor are you? And the most important, know yourself. Know the person you want to be. That person that you want to be more of. It could be something as simple as stopping swearing. Foul language, really, what vibration do you think that is? Being conscious of the vibration that you're putting out in the world. Exploring new genres of music. Starting a dance class. It's so fun. I started salsa in 2018, I think. Maybe it was 2017. Right after my surgery, as soon as I repaired from my surgery. What do you want to do? And bring that beautiful you into your heart. And call in your inner child. And be excited and celebrate. Celebrate stepping into this growth. Stepping into this wisdom. Your wisdom. Stepping into your power. Put on your cape. Step into the wonder of you. And if you need any support, let me know. My name is Deborah O'Neill. I'm the CEO and founder of BlissBE.METHOD. Please visit the website. And like I said, if you're up for it, share your email. I would love to be in contact and share what's going on. And for the workbook, go to my link tree in my bio in Instagram. And it's right at the top of the list. It says New Year, New You 2022 challenge. And then it has the compass workbook. And print it off and get to work. And I will see you next week. And let's pull a card, and a consciousness card, I call them, to give us greater consciousness as we go into our day-to-day and our week. 10 Take time to feel the love that surrounds you. Take time to feel the love that surrounds you. Thank you for being here. I love you, and I look forward to sharing more with you next week. And enjoy the Compass Planner. I'd love to send me some feedback. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon. Make it a great day.